Stop right there. If you clicked on this video, it means you are interested in tasting the sweet, sweet nectar that is financial freedom and figured that we, a trader, can assist you. Well, you, my friend, are totally right. Top of the morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And we encourage you to click on the subscribe button down there, as well as the tiny little bell next to it, because it'll keep you notified whenever we upload new videos, which will be every Monday morning. Now, welcome to this week's episode of the Tanzanian stock market in 5 minutes. My very beautiful name is Aisa Amari, and I'm not alone. I have my buddy with me here. His name is Emmanuel. Wait, why am I introducing him like he can't do it himself? Hey, yo, Ima.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy here, Emmanuel Matunda, speaking live from A Trader Studios.
Okay, Emmanuel, you can calm down now. We get that you can talk. So, these videos are here to keep you informed as an interested investor or just as someone who wants to learn more about the Tanzanian stock market, which for future reference is known as the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange, or the DSE. We will be breaking down this market into the equity and the debt sections. Let's begin with the equity market. Now, this is the part of the stock exchange that deals with shares of companies. This week, the value of shares traded in the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange amounted to 2.56 billion Tanzanian shillings. It doesn't really mean much unless we compare it with something relevant, exactly. So let's quickly see if last week, which was basically last year, had more or less activity. Now, through some quick maths, we see that there has been a 267% increase in trading this week. You're probably wondering why. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is exactly why your smart self clicked on this video in the first place. Alright, so you'll notice from this graph that Tuesday straight up outshone everybody. Yeah, she really did that. And this is because there was a very large number of shares traded on that day. And more specifically, they were the shares belonging to the oldest and largest brewing company in Tanzania, Tanzania Breweries Limited. On this day, there was what we call a block trade pre-arranged market board. Woo! This occurs when an entity purchases many shares of a company at a prearranged price or a negotiated price, which is generally lower than the market price or the price that you guys see on the DSE. Think about it this way. Why buy something in wholesale for a retail price? It doesn't make sense, or dollars for that matter. You know, speaking of the number of shares this week, you guys don't even know the actual number. It was 1,165,098 shares. Now, this is relevant because we're going to break this down, as it'll basically tell us which companies investors were mostly interested in that week. All right, at number 1, we have CRDB PLC, one of the giants of the banking industry, and this accounted for 43% of the total volume or the total number of shares traded for the week. At number 2, we have TBL PLC, which is Tanzania Breweries Limited, and we've already explained it above, which accounted for 38% of the total number of shares traded for the week. Finally, at number 3, we have NMB Bank PLC, the other giant of the banking industry. It accounted for 11% of the total volume traded for the week. Now, moving on, we have a section where we'll be showing the companies which experienced price changes during the week.
All right. Thank you very much, Aisa. Now, just to finish off, the value of the whole market this week closed at 15.9 trillion Tanzanian shillings on Friday, which was approximately a 0.78 increase compared to 15.82% trillion on Monday, as indicated on the graph, of which, if we're to find the average value of all the shares that are listed in the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange, which is the share index, we can see that the all share index of the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange has risen by the same value of 0.78% as of this week. Now, moving on to the debt/bond market. Firstly, we want to know if there was more activity as of this week compared to last week. The value of treasury bonds traded during this week amounted to 20.8 billion Tanzanian shillings, an unfortunate 64% decrease in trading in this segment compared to the last week. Even though the activity has decreased, the appetite for specific treasury bonds has not, as most of the traded ones were the 20-year treasury bond with a 15.49% coupon rate. Alright, thank you very much investors and aspiring investors for tuning in into this week's video. Feel free to interact with a trader in any of our social media platforms and contact us in case of any other questions. Have a great week and karibuni sana.